this is a chart which is not very visible to you, I suppose, but what I'm trying to show you here is that this is a 180-year-old chart. Means you have 184 last 184 years data in this. What I'm trying to show you is that, see, this will give you Indian equity markets का तो इतना बड़ा history है नहीं. This is US markets. So this is just, I'm just trying to show you that these are the loss-making years over the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side we have the profit-making years, money-making years, when we have made money. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 5 columns of loss-making. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns are profit-making. Okay, this is 50 to 40% loss in a single year. Over the last 150 years, there has been just 1 year in which the markets have fallen by 60% in a single year. मतलब 150 साल के डेटा में you have had just 1 year wherein you would have experienced losses in the broad market of 50 to 60%. That is means almost your wealth going zero. अगर broad markets 50-60% गिरते हैं तो stocks generally fall lot more than that. 30 to 40% over the last 150 years, markets have fallen by more than 50% for only 2 times. So 2 times out of 150 have we seen a market fall of more than 30%. जिससे कि आपने बहुत ज़्यादा डरते हैं ना कि 30% 40% markets might crash. So there have been just 2 instances. Rest is 20 to 30%. 20 to 30% we have seen 6 times over the last 6 years. Most of the times we have seen a flat market or 10% decrease. So this has been happening 29 times. 29 times over the last almost more than 150 years, markets have fallen by 10% or remained flat. Again, come to the positive side, a 50 to 60% gain has been witnessed 5 times over the last 150 years. Means 60% gain in a single year in an index. Most of the times आप देखोगे कि डेटा सबसे ज़्यादा कहाँ पे हो रहा है. 10% से लेकर 40% gain के बीच में. We have seen a 40% gain 16 times, and mostly it has been in the 10 to 20% positive bracket. अगर आप सारे डेटा को कोलेट करोगे, कंबाइन करते हो पूरे डेटा को, तो the markets have fallen, just fallen 55 times over the last 180 years. Means एक year में negative return देना, and most of the 55 में से भी 30 means more than 50% has been just 0 to 10% fall. Okay, and over this year, over this side, 130 years out of the last 50 years, markets have closed positively. Okay, and most have been 46, 30 and 24 days have been positive. I'm just trying to show you from a broad perspective that equity markets on general rise. आपको अगर मैं यही चीज एक चार्ट से दिखाऊंगा तो what you will see is that you will see a perennially rising chart. It is in a perpetual rise. Why do equities rise in a perpetual chart? Because equities follow companies, and companies are perpetually happening. Means individual companies can go wrong. कोई company बंद हो सकती है individually, जैसे कि एक certain company face some problem, but the market is composed of a lot of companies, and generally, historically, we have seen over the last more than 150 years that companies combined do not fall a lot, or in the sector, statistically, they don't fall more than they rise. Means it is a prospective environment. As the economy develops, as more population happens, as people develop more purchasing power, people generally buy more, they spend more. Everything happens progressively on the upside. You might see some perspective changes in between. Ki economy is a bit slow, or it is a bit shallow right now, or it is a bit paused. But perpetually they always rise. So I'm just trying to portray to you that people who are scared कि भाई markets fall करते जाता है, आप अगर उसको पूरा historic version में देखोगे कि भाई कितनी बार markets fall किए हैं, 50% is catastrophe. That has happened just in 1931, which was 1929 was the Great Depression. That has happened just once. Okay, 20 to 30% fall in markets also is considered, yes, 30% market fall. That has happened just 17 times in last 180 years. So 10% is less. So less than 10% of the times you will get a market fall of 20 to 30%. Means broader market fall. 20 to 30% fall in the index would lead to sharper fall in stocks. So that is. So मेरा objective का यही आप लोगों को इस चीज से बताना कि when you come with a mindset of investing in equities, okay, come with a mindset wherein perpetually or potentially there will be a rise only. This is a broader market and we are not getting right now into companies. आप market के perspective से सोचोगे, if you think from the perspective of Nifty or Dow Jones or any other index, then come with a mindset that more of the time market will eventually rise only. अगर कोई चीज हमेशा लास्ट 180 साल की हिस्ट्री में आप देख रहे हो यूएसए की which has fallen 50% just once, a lot of fear which we have in our minds should go away. Because आपने एक चीज देखी कि historically इतने बड़े डेटा पीरियड में what we have seen, this is not a small data period. 180 years is almost considering जितना हिस्ट्री मेरे पास अवेलेबल है, उस पीरियड में अगर कोई चीज इतनी कम बार गिरी है तो it will give you a very brief idea of that जिस asset class में आप इन्वेस्ट करने का सोच रहे हो, that is a very good asset. Broader market at least. We are not going into companies right now, but overall markets are very nice things to invest. तो अगर किसी को लगता है कि ऐसे is Nifty a good investment or is index a good investment, it is, and we have statistically seen this. Okay. अब I just try to show this to you in graph. जो मैंने आपको शुरू में बोला था कि if I show you a graph of this, what you will see is a perpetual rising chart. Okay. ये क्या होगा कि ये लेकिन सीधा नहीं बढ़ता. इक्विटीज के साथ जो सबसे बड़ी चीज जो होती है कि द रिटर्न्स आर नेवर लीनियर. You will never see a linear growth. आप में से a lot of people of you want to do business. Some people of you who are into real estate business. Do you witness a linear growth in your business? कभी linear growth आता है कि नहीं, हर साल 25% growth आ ही जा रहा है. There are falls, but eventually you know that yes, this is a sector wherein मैं 10 साल, 15 साल, 20 साल जितने भी साल रहूँगा, I will see a rise only. So this is the mindset you should have when you are starting to investing into equities, that the growth will be lumpy. The growth will never be linear. ये वाला क्वेश्चन आपका सबसे बड़ा चीज आता है कि इक्विटीज के साथ जब मैं रिटर्न्स को परसीव करता हूँ, नेवर परसीव लीनियर रिटर्न्स. आपको 1 साल, 2 साल, 3 साल नेगेटिव क्या नो रिटर्न्स मिल सकते हैं. In 1 year what will happen is that in 1 year the stock will go up 5 times. So what will happen is that 5 साल का डेटा आप देखोगे 30% CAGR दिया है, 4 साल तक कोई रिटर्न नहीं है, 5th year में 5 times हो गया आपका काम. तो वो है कि जो टाइम स्पेंड करते हैं उनको ये चीज समझ में आती है. तो दिस इज द हिस्ट्री ऑफ निफ्टी फ्रॉम व्हेनेवर इट इज अवेलेबल. ओके, यू हैव विटनेस्ड अ वेरी स्मॉल राइजिंग चार्ट, नॉट दैट बिग. और ये इसको मैंने डेटा को थोड़ा सा क्रंच कर दिया, तो ये वाला पार्ट को अगर आप सिर्फ देखोगे तो ये ऐसा ही लगेगा, इतना ही वोलेटाइल लगेगा. ओके, दिस इज अ निफ्टी चार्ट. सो एवरीवन इज गेटिंग इट. मींस अगर किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम हो तो दे कैन
माइनस 12.90
नहीं, वो तो डैश minus 50 then you know वो वैसे. So you have a 12.9% CAGR growth rate in the last 20 years. This is indexed. If you would have put bulk money on this day, today if you take it out of your 20 years, you are getting 12.9% CAGR. This is excluding dividends. So add 2% for that, so there's almost 15% return आपको मिल रहा है लास्ट 10 साल का. This is CAGR growth. अब आप जब इस चीज को एक्सपीरियंस करोगे वो वैसी नहीं रहेगी. जब हम लोग हिस्ट्री देखते हैं तो वो बहुत अच्छी लगती है. When you see it in hindsight, yes, I've got 13% CAGR growth, but witness this 13%. Ask a person who has been invested into the markets for the last 20 years, and that person will tell you that how actually that return was. कब कितना टाइम पीरियड के लिए, 3 साल के लिए हालत खराब हो जाती थी कि नहीं भाई markets are falling, everyone is selling, this is the worst period. अभी जैसे आप देखोगे कि because the markets are rising, you would be very interested. मेरा ऑफिस का स्टाफ बोलता है भैया म्यूचुअल फंड में पैसा डालना है, सबको दिखता है रिटर्न कितना मिलेगा, लेकिन 20% चाहिए, उससे कम नहीं चाहिए. तो one, expectations are always unrealistic in equities. Second, you don't know the characteristics of equities. अगर आप इस चीज में आ रहे हो तो आप इस चीज को सबसे पहले समझो कि what thing you are entering. You will get returns, which we have seen over the last 180 years. You will always get returns, but you will get lumpy returns. So you have to train your mind to be like that. That when I have entered into the world of equities, I should be ready for a lumpy return. I will get no return for 3 years. I might get a negative return for 3 years. But in the 4th year, if my trade is right or if my idea is right, I will get that returns. Same for an S&P. You have a 30-year history. I'm showing you. You have seen 2 times the markets have fallen over these years. एक ये period था, दूसरा ये period था. This is 2000, this is 2008, and this is the market right now. Ask, ये यहाँ से देखने में लगता है कि ठीक है आधा ही तो गिरा, वापस पूरा बढ़ गया. Ask a person who invested here, and they will tell you that how it actually is to witness. Reality में कितना मजा आता है और पीछे देखने में कितना आधा ही तो गिरा है, वहाँ यहाँ से रहते वहाँ तक रहते तो कितना ज्यादा रिटर्न मिलता. But ask a person who has actually lived through it. It is difficult. It is not easy. Returns are brilliant, but returns are lumpy. So if you are entering it, you should know कि हाँ ये चीजें मेरे को हो सकती है. तो take a correct idea and enter into it. Yes, you will get returns which we first saw. The returns मिलेंगे, but returns would always be lumpy, and it is a very fearful thing to see your investment drop by 50%. or more. It is a very fearful thing to live with. When your actual money is involved, when you are trading, when you are investing, and when you are losing your actual money, it is difficult. But path difficult है, ऐसे बनते हैं.